What is going on, everybody? Welcome into the channel. Today we are starting a Madden 26 franchise series. We are going to be doing this franchise with my favorite team, the Pittsburgh Steelers. As you can see, we are replacing Mike Tomlin. Coach SGT is here to rebuild the team. I don't know how many seasons I'm going to do yet. We're just going to start with it and go from there. So first off, I want to look at the team. So we all know what the offense is looking like. I will admit that Rodgers, I'm not sure if he's going to be my starting quarterback to start the season or not. We're going to have these guys compete and see who we want. Overall, does not matter to me. On the defensive side, we got a pretty decent defense. One thing I'm going to end up doing that's going to upset a lot of people, and I do apologize. Cameron Hayward is about to be traded. He is 36, and he is on a 2-year deal. So, we might as well try to get some out of him while we can. I like to build young, and as you can see right here, Christian Wilkins, we can bring him in for a year or two to fill that spot. So, looking through the other free agents, I'm not too sure who else I feel like we could use. Maybe Mason, because we do need a right guard. I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to sign Mason, and then we're probably going to go with that. All right. So with that being said, real quick, we are going to go ahead and go see what we can do about trading away Cameron Hayward. So we're taking a look at the offers. These are some pretty decent offers. I don't know if I'm going to go with these or not, one of these or not, but these are some pretty decent offers. That one's pretty good. I like that one too. So yeah, definitely some good offers here. I am going to try, I want to see. So in real life, we know that Terry McLaurin requested a trade. I would love to see what I could do, see if I can bring him in by chance. I'm going to mess around with this for a minute and see if I can come up with anything. All right, so this is the trade we ended up coming up with. Now, I know it looks like we gave up a lot. Let's face it, though, Clark was probably going to end up being a free agent. I was probably going to end up cutting him. Slay is getting up in the age. And I got another cornerback I would like to go sign to fill Slay's spot. And then, of course, we gave up 2 fourths and a fifth. I normally never really get anybody good in those picks anyway. And then we picked up a second for next year. So I know a lot of y'all probably ain't going to like that trade, but let me know what you guys think. All right. So I do want to bring in Justin Simmons since we did lose Fitzpatrick. And then we're also going to sign Asante Samuel Jr. And you know what? Just for preseason purposes, maybe we like what he does. We're going to sign Stephon Gilmore. All right, so to start preseason, this is what our offense looks like. I feel like we made a little improvement. I still want to do something about the running back position. We are going to start the rookie just because I like Warren in that third down spot. And then on defense, I feel like, we're doing okay here as well. So I will be playing some of preseason, mainly just the moments. I got to decide who I want the quarterback to be. So we're going to go and hop into that and try to get through all of preseason in this video just because I'm going to do it really quickly. All right, so there I'm going to step into the second quarter. We didn't get to play with Rodgers, but we are going to get to play with Rudolph. We'll also we'll look at some stats and see how the starters played out too, since we did not get to play with Rodgers. Now, Rodgers started game 1, so we might have one of these other guys start game 2. We'll just have to play that by ear and see. Oh, that was a bad throw. That was on me. Threw that into coverage. All right, so we're trying to make something happen here. Going to throw it short to Gainwell. Not going to pick up first. All right, so we are back here late in the second quarter. see if we can get Rudolph to get it in the end zone this time around. Going to throw a short to Washington, who's going to fight for it. Not quite going to get there. First and goal at the 1. Not going to make it there. So this is either going to go to Smith or Washington. We'll have to decide which way we want to go, and it's going to go to Smith, and he's going to catch it for a touchdown. All right, so I think they still got Rudolph in the game here. They do. So in the next game, we'll let Will Howard and Skylar Thompson play the whole game. I don't know why Porter is out there at receiver. All right, so they're wanting us to put a drive together here to go and win the game. Still can't figure out why Porter was in at receiver on that last play. I got to remember that Rudolph is not playing with the starters either, so this is preseason. So you're going to see me chunking it deep a lot just to try to see their accuracy and their arm strength. Dang. All right, we're here in preseason week 2. We're letting Thompson get the start here, and Will Howard will come in the second half. And then what we'll do is whatever quarterbacks out of the 2 we like the best, we'll have them play in the preseason week 3. I'll try to give every quarterback a quarter in that game, and so it'll really just all depend. By the way, McLaurin will probably not keep that number 82. We're just going to have to wait and see on that. All right, so here we are for our second possession of the game. Remember, I am only playing key moments, so basically all we're gonna have to go off of is stats mainly. This is our first time getting to play with the starters ourselves. Good catch by Metcalf. Now, I will say, coming out of college, I was a big fan of Skylar Thompson. Fortunately, I feel like he didn't get a fair shake, but I am a fan of him, and that's why. It was a little too far out there, but it was still there. That was a good throw, touchdown. All right, so we're back for another possession here in the third quarter. Howard is now in at quarterback. I did see during the skippage of the second quarter that Thompson had a big play for a touchdown. So that's going to be added to his stats. So Will Howard's got the offense on the move. Now remember, he is playing with backups. But we don't care if he performs. We're going to take a deep shot just because we can. And yeah, that's kind of what I expected. Oh, man. He had him open. That was just too far out in front. All right, so we are here for our final preseason game. We are starting with a red zone possession. Rodgers has got our offense on the move here. We're just going to dunk it off short to Woods. I'm not quite sure if Woods is going to make the team either, to be honest. We'll see what we got after this preseason game. Man, I seen McLaurin a little too late. Good move by Woods. Pick up a first down, though. Good throw. Touchdown. Rogers to Metcalf. All right, we're back on the field again with a 3rd and 9. They want us to try to pick this up. And it was a bad throw by Rogers. Threw it at the feet of the receiver. All right, so when the second quarter started, I did put Rudolph in the game. Skylar Thompson will play the 3rd quarter, and Will Howard will play the 4th. And Metcalf's got 2 touchdowns now, one from 2 different quarterbacks. All right, so they're having us step in here late in the 3rd. As you can see, I got Skylar Thompson in the game now. I have not gotten to play a lot of moments, so it's going to go based off how they perform themselves. That was a pretty good throw right there. So Will Howard, unfortunately, didn't get to play. Carolina took up almost the whole 4th quarter. All right, so we're offloading some players and we brought in a 3rd and a 4th for Thornhill, Woods, and Pete. And I know you guys are already going to notice, so I am going to tell you I cut off the salary cap just simply because you couldn't do really anything. Come at me, whatever you want to do. This is supposed to be for fun at the same time, so I'm not going to get crazy with it. I just cut it off so we can make some decisions. I'm not going to, use that to too bad of an advantage. I will still have rules. All right, so we unloaded some more guys that were about to get cut anyway and brought in a 4th-round pick for 2028. All right, guys, so one thing I do want to let y'all know, I'm taking Connor Hayward and moving him from tight end to fullback because we did need a fullback. Not to mention that makes him a 73 overall. Hey, guys, so just wanted to time in here before I end the video. So I just happened to go check free agency, and I'm seeing Dexter here in free agency. I'm seeing Ed Oliver. I mean, that's kind of crazy work. I know we really don't need him, but I'm really thinking about signing Dexter because I may open the door to trade Wilkins off because he is going to be 30 if we don't like how he performs. All right, guys. Well, that is going to do it for today's video. The only thing that's in question is the running back position. And of course, we already said Skylar Thompson will be starting at quarterback, at least for now. We're going to go ahead and let the rookie start at running back and have Warren be the 3rd down back. Other than that, I like the way the rest of the team's looking, especially on the defensive side. So, yeah, that's what we're going to go with for right now. So in our next game, we get to play the Jets to start the year. And I hope to see you all there. I'm excited to get this franchise started. Until next time.